Hey guys, back again with old Silverfox and Tusky. Today's topic is going to be why you should train in South America, particularly Latin America.
Yeah, I think there's, people on your thread are always talking about like, oh, there's lots of feminine women in Russia or in Vegas because there's tourists and whatever. And they can have their opinions. I don't really trust anybody's opinion until they've come to Colombia and experienced Colombians and Venezuelans here. And then you can give me your opinion on how feminine women are in different places. Because I've seen so many times, the guy comes here and he's just got like this, his cherry's been popped, like the egg. And he's like, I can never go back. And I'm like, hey, that's the that's the problem. That's the drawback. You come and get addicted to Latinas, you can't go back, right? But if you come to Colombia, Colombia is literally the epicenter, in my opinion, of femininity. Like the energy interacting with the chicks. I'm not even talking about the sex. Like obviously, if you see a woman dancing salsa like that, you can just envision she moves 5 or 10 different ways that other women cannot. Her body's unlocked, and obviously sexually she's going to be quite more free, But even forget about the sex, just the interaction for me is divine. Oh.
Yeah, carry on.
It's like hockey in the street. Car, game on. Okay, maybe only Canadians would get that.
I don't know if you're fussed about approaching. I just saw this one, by the way.
Yeah, I saw her walking by, not too.
I don't know whether you'd be fussed about approaching her, but
I'm okay.
Forget her. Okay.
But as far as Colombia, there's Colombians here and Venezuelans here because lots of Venezuelans left the crisis to come here into Colombia, and it's incredible. Like the interaction, they just understand how to interact as really feminine women. It's almost like dancing. Like if you're really good, say you can really dance salsa, and then you interact with a woman that really knows how to interact and dance salsa back with you, it's completely different than trying to dance with some chick that doesn't understand
You get
salsa.
a very, very big divide between the masculine and the feminine, and obviously masculine men, you're kind of polar opposite, that you're going to be super attracted to feminine women. So yeah, as a first trip, especially this time of year for guys in the US or Canada or Europe, Colombia is a fantastic place to come because it's probably the first time in your life, if you've grown up in these places, that you've been exposed to that kind of polarity between.
Totally. I had never, because I grew up in Canada, I had never experienced femininity until I was about 32, I think, or 34.
Really?
I mean, I thought I had.
That's the first time you'd interacted with
yeah, like I'd traveled and I'd just kind of interacted with different people and stuff like that. But when I met my ex, it was like literally getting smashed in the face with femininity. Like I had never, it was a drug. It was like literally dropping acid or like, doing crack for my first time or something and being like, oh my God, that's what it feels like. But except I didn't know enough, so I thought that just was her. It wasn't her, it was her femininity, right? Now I get that same effect from all different women, and I can select the women that I think are very feminine, but are also very good people. Before I didn't know that. But so most guys that I deal with, that come down here and coach, they've never actually interacted with feminine women. They think they have because they're in the US and they're this and they're that and whatever. But then they come down here and I love the look on their face after, and they're like shit shocked. Oh my God, even the kissing, even the talking with, even the flirting, even the eye contact, even like, it's like, I can almost have an orgasm just sitting down interacting with a girl for 5 minutes with the eye contact and the talking and maybe kissing. Yeah. Like it's so charged. Like the girl I was telling you about that to me is the most feminine woman I've ever met, I think. The second time I went out with her, I'd interacted with her 5 or 10 minutes in the street, then I met her at the Starbucks and I sat down. She's fucking gorgeous. Like the details, the hair, the nails, everything. But also the interaction, God, I couldn't even help myself. We were kissing in like 2 minutes. And like so passionately. And at the end of that, we only stayed there for 45 minutes. She had to go to some work appointment. So I had 45 minutes kissing with her in a Starbucks. And I left feeling like that was probably almost the best sex I've had in quite a long time. And all we were doing was talking and kissing and looking at each other. But the connection, the masculine femininity vibe is so fucking incredible. So I mean, there's the one reason is that you'll experience that, which is delicious to experience. But then there's the opposite side of the coin. Like there's this marketing, or the guys think that Latina women are very easy because they're so sensual. No, it's actually like the extreme opposite. I think they're actually really, really, really hard because they understand what a masculine man should be. And so they'll test and test and test in ways that a Western woman never would. She wouldn't even know.
And if you flop that, then
Yeah, you can be doing great. You fail one test, you're off the roster. Done. Move on. And it's just over and over and over, and you don't even know what you did wrong.
Yeah.
And it could be something as simple as a text where you say like, "Hey, would you like to come join me for coffee?" And she's just like, "Oh, I feel like this guy's a bit of a puss." It's over.
Yeah.
Like the tiniest shit.
Yeah,
right?
very true. They're unforgiving, and actually, ironically, for me, having come to Bogota a few years in a row now, that the hottest girls I've actually met have been from Venezuela. The most supermodels I think ever, not supermodels, the most winners of Miss World have been from Venezuela. They are the pinnacle of beauty.
They're stunning, and so feminine. So they're very similar to Colombians, but just I would say, for me, I don't know, they're at the same mark, or maybe one's a tiny bit, I don't know, but they're both fucking incredible. I love Venezuelan women. They're fucking wow. And
up until now, there's obviously been a lot of trouble in Venezuela.
Yeah.
People haven't been able to go there, but you were talking to a guy in Cartagena.
Yeah, I've got a really good connection for a guy on the ground in Cartagena. He's lived in Venezuela for about 20 years. I think he speaks English. I can't remember. But anyway, we had a really good connection. He's a really good friend of one of my really good friends in Cartagena that's situated there. Really good guy, does a lot of club promotion, that kind of shit. Really, really, really well connected. Like, as I'm talking to him, everybody, the police are coming by and stopping and be like, "Hey dude, how are you been? Okay, I gotta go to work, bye." And the police takes off. And so he's just really well connected with everybody. He's the type of guy that just knows everyone. So he's connected in Venezuela. I've got him on cue to set us up with him and another guy as a tour guide, and then some security.
In Caracas?
So, yes. Well, we can go anywhere we want. There's a couple different places that people recommend in Venezuela. I'm not sure what city it'll be yet, but I'm thinking we go there for a week or 10 days. It's closed to everybody. If you're not connected on the ground, now would be a very bad time to go to Venezuela, because it's like the worst economic crisis in the history of the Western world. Maybe the entire. It's like people with a job, the lucky people, are making $3 to $4 US a month at their job. Mm-hmm. And those are the people that are lucky. So the unlucky people are not making that much.
But that being
money.
said, if you know people on the ground and you're with us, they are some of the world's hottest women.
Unquestionably. And you're in a situation now where it's like, you're not going to a city where it's filled with gringos like Medellin, and the women are used to being preyed upon by gringos. Like, for me, I don't prey on women, right? I'm all about building women up. Mm-hmm. But I'm thinking, the opportunity, this is literally like, yeah, we can go to Venezuela 2 years from now when things die down. That'll be cool too. But if you want to go to Venezuela, if you want to see the most gorgeous women, the most feminine women in the world, this is basically a 1 week opportunity. So what I'm thinking we do is set it up as a totally deluxe deal. Yep. We'll include the accommodations, the security, the transfer, everything will be included. One fee, all you do is book your airfare. You guys come join us, and we do it for just a few guys, a small number of guys, because I don't want to carry.
We're limited to 3 or 4 guys, I think.
Yeah.
But dates 4th of March till the 11th of March. City in Venezuela to be confirmed, but all included. If you are interested, this is a pretty much one-off opportunity, because we're not going to go back to Venezuela in a long time. You're
probably
off to
for a
Asia
year or two.
Yeah, you're off to Asia. I'm off to Europe, and we're just going to do this as a 1 week.
And we're doing it together.
Yeah, because we found that guy on the ground. Who can provide the security.
And the last year, we've both been talking about wanting to go to Venezuela anyway, because it's the only place I can think of that's one step up from Colombia. And Colombia is fucking heaven for me.
It's kind of the Moscow of Latin America. Moscow's still very hard to go to unless you've got kind of a loophole with like a ticket, the visa process. You have to send off your passport and stuff. It's incredibly hard to go. So this is arguably even a step up from that, but this is the epicenter of beauty in Latin America, right?
It's going to be fucking epic. Like, I think honestly, I can't even imagine how good the week's going to be. And then especially the fact you've got both of us giving constant feedback. You'll be we'll figure out exactly how we do it, but we'll probably be doing a lot of filming, and then we'll be doing a morning in the morning, or day in the morning with you, evening with me, or afternoons, whatever, switching back and forth. It's going to be great. You're far better than I am at texting and keeping things on more of a structured path. Mm-hmm. But then I'm much better than you are with Latinas and understanding the kind of the meta-narrative romantic frame,
I'd agree with that.
And,
so you get the best of both worlds.
Yeah, and on top of the fact that you're going to learn a shitload about your own masculinity and go back wherever you're from as a completely different man, on top of that, you're going to have like a fucking crazy week full of carnage.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. So 5-star, we'll going to book some 5-star accommodation. We've got 5-star security. You've got us for a week. You're going to be dating some of the world's hottest girls. If you're interested, James Tusk at project-tusk.com. Send us an email and we'll set something up. And yeah, it's going to be, I'm excited. Yeah, it's going to be fucking epic.
It's going to be a fucking blast, especially you're just going to be coming fresh from Rio, so you're going to be on a roll.
And you're going to be coming from maybe Manizales and Pereira, the two kind of secret Colombian cities that no one knows about.
Yeah.
So it's going
to be fucking cool. You guys got to come, definitely.
Send us an email.
Is it okay for me to put a plug in there for your UpperTier?
Yeah, you can.
Or check it on UpperTier. Doesn't matter. Most of our content's cloned anyway, and you're going to be with both of us anyway.
Like Chinese air conditioning.
Awesome. Take care, guys.